Alright, everyone, I need to rant, and it's basically about the past couple of days with all the protests and stuff, and I'm going to start off by saying that I'm not stating who I supported or who I support, because it's not relevant, and frankly, because I'm not old enough to vote yet, so, it would have been pointless to point out who I would have voted for, because I didn't. But if either candidate had won, I'm sure there would have been protests either way from both sides, or either side, I guess. And I just wanted to say that these protests are really pointless, and I want to state why. Okay, so I saw maybe about an hour ago some of the signs that people have at those rallies, or not rallies, protests. And from what I see first is that they're all kind of younger kids, which I'll get to in a bit. But some of the signs is like "fuck Trump" or "not my president," and I don't see how that helps at all, because just because your little bubble that you've created with you and your friends states that, oh man, he's not really president, it's not going to change anything. Like, I'm here to pop that bubble. Trump is our president, or is our new president, and we'll just have to work with that, and kind of brings me a little bit to another a little bit of a side point, that we need to learn how to listen to each other, honestly, because we really don't listen to each other. We tend to tune out the other side, whether we're with Clinton or Trump, or even with a third party. We really tend to tune other people out and in their opinions, and we don't, we're all focused on our own argument, and why am I right, when we could be focusing on the good points that each person or each candidate brought, and so I'm moving into that. There's definitely more civil ways of dealing with, what just happened with the result of the election. Trump won. Okay. Doesn't mean throw a protest, because first off, that makes everyone at the protest look bad. And secondly, a little bit ironic is that since most of the anti-Trump citizens are Democratic, mainly because that's just who the majority are. It's funny because the Democratic kids that are showing up to these protests, they're opposing a democratic process, which is voting. And I find that so ironic, because it's literally in your name, for the people, Democrat. It's supposed to be for the people, but y'all are completely opposing that. And kind of another thing is, if y'all actually were more civil about the issues that y'all have, like, say, for example, I don't like Trump because he's sexist. Okay, we can talk about it, and just talk about different faults for both candidates and stuff like that. Like, we can talk through it, instead of just yelling out, oh, bigot, racist, sexist, misogynistic, or with Clinton, on her side, be like, liar, or I don't even know a lot for her, mainly what I've heard, but instead of just blindly tuning out what the other person has to say, or even just screaming it out, if people stayed more civil about what they had to say, people would be more willing to listen to them and be more willing to stay civil in return, because screaming at each other or arguing about it violently or just really aggressively, it doesn't get us anywhere. It just divides us. We're supposed to be the United States of America. Right now we're not. We're really divided. And on that note, I just want to say that with Trump as our president, we have a new opportunity now to kind of make America great again. Sure, it may not be with a candidate that that a lot of y'all may have wanted. But there's nothing you can do to change that. Not now. Okay? And that's just how life is. It's gonna throw things at you that you may not necessarily like, but you will have to work with. And like I said, I'm not supporting either candidate. I'm not saying who I would have supported. But all I'm saying is that whoever would have won, we'd have to work with it. If Clinton would have won, all the Republicans would have been forced to work with her with her policies and on how to improve America. And now all the Democrats and whoever else opposed Trump, third parties and stuff, now they have to work with Trump to make America great. And ultimately, it's not about you. It's not about any individual. It's about the nation. And if you just get rid of your little individualistic kind of thought process, you'll see that there's something much larger at stake here. It's our nation. And we should be striving to protect that above all else, instead of what we want. Anyway, that's all I had to say. So I hope y'all have a good day and stay safe.